Hello, Geena from Miami. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Penguin, the Murphy as it is called. This is a line by Kenmark. Really hot collection now. Really great keyhole bridge. Looks like you put a skeleton key in there versus the classic saddle bridge that most plastic frames have. Great classic vintage look here. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to pop out your original demo lenses, take those out, and I'm going to take your frame and put it into the tracing element of my edger and hit start. This is what everyone wants to know. How does the computer know what shape to cut? It's because this stylus is going to come up and go around and trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Penguin frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will be reimbursed from this purchase. So in just a moment, your shape is going to pop up, a magnified version of your shape. If I magnify it, you can see that green circle, and that is going to be the shape of your lens. Let's go ahead and magnify it. Your pupillary distance is 28 in each eye. It automatically starts at 32.5, so I'm going to bring it down to 28. There we go. And let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Your right eye is -50, your left eye is -75. I'll take the lens out of the packet, put it into my Marco 101 lensometer, and dot it up. I'm going to put a darken that dot in the center. That is your optical center for the right eye. Let's do the same thing now for the left, which is a -75. Find the optical center of your lens, put a dot on there, and then darken that dot and mark that one left. Let's go ahead and bring your lenses back down here. Get everything ready. Grab your packets as well. In fact, let me grab a flashlight. I'm going to need that. And your right lens, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need a double-sided adhesive sticker, which I've already done that to a couple of them. I'm going to pull the paper away to make this side sticky. Now there's a little silver button on the back. That is a magnet. That's what's going to hold it in place, and this arm attached to that magnet. Stick that there. Now I'm going to take your right lens. Where's my stylus? Here it is. And I'm going to move that dot around. Now the blue cross is the geometric center of the lens, but your eyes are just inset, so I'm going to move your optical center to right there, and then hit the button. The arm's going to come down and place the block on your lens. Let's go ahead and do the same thing now for your left lens. Get the paper peeled away to get that prepped and ready to go. And it automatically mirrors the right side, and it's going to put 28 for the left side. Get that lined up, hit the button. The arm comes down and the block is now placed onto your left lens. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It is going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that little channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to put the right lens into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. Let's pull up the shape onto the computer. And I do not want to polish the front surface, the sides of the lens. I do not want to put a bevel on the front, just the rear. And I'm going to hit start. The first thing that happened, that clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to move in place where there are two white calipers. They're going to trace the shape of the right side of the frame, going all the way around. In fact, it does it twice to measure the thickness of the lens at every point to make sure lens is large enough to fit into the frame, but also the thickness at every point to know exactly where to place the bevel. Now your prescription is not very strong, but if it was thicker, it could move the bevel forward or backwards so that it would fit best inside the frame. And that is your lens grinding. If you notice there's water running in the background but not onto the lens, that's because polycarb cuts dry, where plastic and high index cut wet. Now your lens is completely flat all the way around the edge now. A moment ago, if I were to take it out, it would stand up on the counter on its own, just like a nickel. Now it's getting the V-shaped bevel put onto the lens. Now you've noticed that water is spraying. That's just to wash away any optical debris. And then the last thing it's going to do is place the safety bevel on the rear surface of the lens. This arm is moving into place, and on it is a little wheel that looks like you would find on a Dremel tool that is just going to smooth out the back surface of the lens. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. They're bulletproof up to 22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Well, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes that will never need to be reapplied. So I'm going to take your lens, tuck it in, see if it fits. Nope, I'm going to need to take it down just a little bit more, so I'm going to put it back in. And I'm going to take it down 0.15 of a millimeter for a total of 1/4. Now, for all my American friends who have no clue what a millimeter is, it is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/4 of that distance off, going all the way around until it snaps into the circumference of the frame. I do not want to force the lens in there because that would cause the frame to stretch or possibly even roll. When I say roll, if you can imagine your frame like a gutter, if it's in too tight, it would force it to roll outwards, and that would shorten the lifespan of the frame and give you an ugly cosmetic look, which I'm not going to do. And speaking of cosmetic, your lenses are also aspheric. Aspheric simply means not round. A spherical lens is that ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance you see from cheap lenses when people look at you. So not only are your lenses thinner and lighter, but the front curvature is much flatter. So it's going to fit perfectly inside of the frame. Now when you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for plastic lenses. And then if you want to upgrade to the thinner and lighter weight polycarbonate, they charge you another upgrade fee. And then if you want the aspheric lenses, they charge you a 3rd fee. So this is someone else's top tier premium lens that you get for free just by buying the frame from me. Now you did upgrade to the anti-reflective coating, which I'll demonstrate in just a moment, but that was the only fees you paid other than for your frames. So again, I started the outside corner, tuck it in, and then push down, and then it snaps into the frame. I'm going to do the same thing for the left lens. I'm going to pop that over to the L and then hit start, and just like before, where's my flashlight, the calipers are going to come into place, and this time they're going to trace the shape of the left side of the frame, going around, and it's putting it onto the computer, and again measuring the thickness at every point going around to know exactly where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame where you have no edge thickness whatsoever. Now the anti-glare coating that you requested is 3 features in one. It eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights. The other thing is it's an anti-reflective coating. That's why it goes by the initials ARC. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. Or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens. You'll see just your eyes. So a much better cosmetic quality. These lenses also come with the strongest scratch coating in the business. So I just want to read the prescription off of your right lens. I'm going to put it back into my lensometer and spin the power wheel, and I'm getting -50, which is exactly halfway between 0 and 1. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. Starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. So you only need 2 steps of correction for your right eye. However, you do need 3 steps of correction for your left. Without your glasses on, things actually appear much larger in life than they really are. So when you put your glasses on, it will minify down to the correct size. That is why there is a minus sign, because your lenses minify. Let's go ahead and check the left lens and see how that fits. Take it out, dry it off, and grab your frame. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner, then use my thumb, snap in the lens. Let's go ahead and take this block off, dry the excess moisture, and this red point that is on your lens, that is the optical center, your pupillary distance. I'm going to put it back in and measure the power for the left lens, and I am getting minus 75, which is 1 tick mark away from 1, so that is made correctly. And of course, you're going to be receiving all the manufacturer's original packets just to verify. Now, your pupillary distance is 56. It is 28 in both eyes. So I'm going to flip the card around. I'm going to place the 0 on my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and when we get to the left, we're reading 56, so that is made perfectly. The other thing I want to do is mention that when you get these in the mail, by the way, free shipping anywhere in the United States, but there's a very small chance that these could be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And that is the reason that 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get it in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it down on the counter, press down, there is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. So my glasses wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm going to flip it over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew in any way. Check the tension on each hinge to make sure that is perfect. And of course, Geena, studying civil engineering. This is your nice leather penguin case. Cute little penguin on there. Nice little blue interior. Of course, they put that on there to protect the leather, but that is the case that comes with your glasses. And this is how I will shipping them to you. Now, if anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Geena down in Miami, I hope you enjoyed watching as I made prescription lenses for your Penguin the Murphy, size 46, color cargo. It goes by the initial CG. And hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.